Everyone. It's the analytics section meeting for June 5th, 2023. Only one agenda item today, and that's fine. I just wanted to give a general update of where we're at with product analytics as we get closer to onboarding. We're on track for getting the first customers onboarded to the experimental release this week, which is really exciting. And I've linked to the epic there where we have issues that we're using to track all of the different customers that will be onboarding, see where they're at, and collect feedback from them, as well as broader outreach to the field team and all of the potential customers that we've talked about with them. So I'm circling back through field team now, seeing how discussions have gone, who's interested, what they might get out of product analytics in our experiment and beta phases. And then wanted to call out the initial launch is going to be with the built-in dashboards only, with custom dashboards and the visualization designer turned off via feature flag. And Kevin and I are working on some rapid validation of the dashboard designer. We're going to do that with internal customers as a kind of trial of our validation method, and then launch that as a fast follow after that quick review of the prototype. So that's where we're at with product analytics, but it had been a while since I talked to the team or we talked about where we're at with the experiment and beta. So I wanted to give a sync update in addition to the async updates we've been providing.
Great, thanks for that update, James. On the validation efforts you all are doing, can you talk a little bit more about what that looks like, how that differs from some of our traditional formal UX research validation approaches?
Yeah, traditionally our traditional validation, while very effective, is generally very slow in having to create the discussion guide, recruit external folks, do the interviews, do all the synthesis. So Kevin and I are exploring faster ways to look at prototypes and talk through that with the pool of internal customers and external customers that we have in the experiment and the beta, and get rapid feedback from them over the course of a couple of days, and then be able to inform, yes, we're on the right track, let's go build this thing. We also want to use those prototypes to validate with engineering in a very rapid fashion. Hey, is this actually buildable within the next milestone? That's going to enable us to build features and get them out into the field a lot quicker than we might historically. And so it's a little bit of a departure of recruiting through maybe the first look panel or just general recruiting of external participants, but in favor of bias to action and moving quickly, because we think that the faster we can move, the more features we can get out that have had some sort of validation and the broader feedback that we can get from the wider community.
Yeah, makes sense. I like the emphasis on bias for action. Thanks for the extra detail.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little uncomfortable at first, but we're trying it and we're going to see how it works out. So I appreciate Kevin and the rest of UX kind of tagging along with my push to, can we do this quicker? Can we do it with internal folks?
Yeah, well, and especially where we're at with the product right now, since we're not at GA, the cost of waiting might be higher than the cost to ship it, see if it breaks anything, and iterate and improve it afterwards. So I like the emphasis on figuring out how we're going to do a quicker iteration to get there quickly.
Yeah, definitely trying to take advantage of that. We're an experiment or beta, and there might be data loss or features that don't work all the time, as opposed to GA and the reliability that comes along with that. And Kevin, you want to voice over your comment 1D?
Yeah, no, I was just adding a link to our handbook page about rapid iterative testing, which is essentially what you were describing, which is the methodology we're planning to use to validate. That's it.
Nice.
Thanks. Cool. Well, I'm happy to answer any questions while we're here about our recruiting processes for the prototyping or for the customers for the experiment phase, if anybody has any. Otherwise, I think we're to the end of the agenda already.
All right, sounds like we can get some time back then.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, folks. Bye.